G'day guys, Gav from Oldjab Garage again. This is just a little quickie video. I've got to sandblast another one of those WC hubs. I found one sitting over in the way far corner there somewhere. I think it's the right or left, I don't know. It's sitting in the sandblaster, so I've got to have a crack at getting that cleaned up. Kind of ironic thing too is it's also missing two wheel studs, so I mean more wheel studs I've got to get. But the curious thing is that it had, what do I do with it? What do I do? Put them somewhere. It had, there we go. It had axle studs, which is cool, because now I know what to source. So instead of using, actually I should check to see that is the same, because I chased the threads and cleaned up these, and should be using these studs instead of bolts. Apparently, I'm guessing that's the same. Yeah, looks like it's the same thread, same pitch. You can see that matches. I can't see, but can you see? Looks like it to me. I don't really want to put a dirty one in that hub, but let's. Oh yeah, yeah, lovely. Okay, all right. Well, there you go. So, apparently on the WC51, you got to have studs and nuts. That's the World War II one. Obviously, you get it to focus. So it's like a skinny nut, as opposed to a modern day hex nut. So I got a couple of those, which is cool. So there's 3 that came out, and the rest are sort of sitting in that hub. So I can I get stuck into it and clean it up, and start sourcing bits and bobs for it. And it's good. I got the screws, which are for the drums, for these big bastards. Okay, so they're the screws that go into there. So when you're putting the drum onto the axle and onto the hub, you basically just put that on and you screw it in, so it sort of holds it in, and then you can do all your bits and bobs and whatever else that you need to do. Also, when you take the wheels off, it's so that the drum doesn't drop off, because they're freaking heavy, man. And if you drop that on yourself, it's gonna hurt. So I've got 2 of these. So I've got 2 of these, and the fronts are still out in the front axle, which is sitting out in the garden. It's garden art at the moment. Another thing, got to get around to clean. So I've got to do these sometime this week. I wanted to do it tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's pretty late. It's closer to, I think it's like about 5:30 now. I've only literally just got home in the last 15 minutes. So anyway, quick little bit of a mail call. So you get to have a look at my big bald head. I've got a quick little delivery for a little science experiment, which I'm kind of excited about, and I'll show you what it's for. It is for, just grab that, these bad boys. Okay, so I've got 3 of these, 4 of them, 3 of them, I think 3. So that's the seat pan for the WC51. Okay, so as you can see, it's rusty crusty, and all the fixed nuts are all pretty much just boogered, mate. They're boogered. So I've got to get some new ones, mate. And the reason why I'm going to put it in this special science solution is because of this part that runs around here. Now I could, if I really wanted to, muck around wire wheeling it, and maybe trying to cut out the spot welds and clean it by physical means, wire wheeling. But I wanted to try a little science experiment, and my little science experiment is not electrolysis, because I cannot, for the life of me, find a battery charger that is an old school battery charger. I had one, I dropped it, and it just didn't work, and I had to end up throwing it away. And then all the new ones that I've got have a little microchip in them where they've got to have a complete circuit. Okay, that's how it works. It figures out what status your battery's at. Where is that one? Floating around. I don't know. I'll put it somewhere. I got some whiz bang. There it is. I just saw it. Okay. So this thing, okay, from what is it? CTEK. Okay. And what it does, it has this little gauge thing on it. So you basically you plug it into power, you plug it onto your battery, and it does this little phase thing where it works out where your battery's at. It does like a heavy charge, a test, completion charge. There's all these different phases. Pulses it to do something where it sort of does things where it shakes the calcium off the cells to give you a better connection and sorts of things. So this sort of thing, they're great. They're kind of set and forget, trickle feed type thing. The only problem is that it's got to have that feedback. If it doesn't have that feedback, it switches off. Now, I tried it. It doesn't work. You need to get an old school one that doesn't have that feedback, that just basically just pumps it out. I did try connecting this to a battery and then running wires from the battery to the rods, which is still sitting here. As you can see, it's still got the wire sitting on it. Okay, so I'm not lying. I did try it, where I could connect it from here to the battery, and then a wire from the battery terminal to the rod, and it didn't work. I've tried electrolysis now 5 times, and each time it doesn't work. It's just an absolute just pain in the butt, to be honest. And it's just one less hassle I don't need. So at the meantime, this is why I'm liking my my sandblaster. So you know, I can sandblast bits like this, and they get done in a matter of seconds. You know, look at that. It looks brand new, and if you saw what it looked like before, it was just disgusting. You know, like that's the felts that are left over from it. You know, like it looked like that. Okay, so that's a seal. That light sucks, but that's a seal, and that's what it looks like. That's why I love that sandblaster. It's really great. But what I don't like is this. Yeah. So getting parts that you think, hey man, that's great. Look at that. I got that part. I'll clean that up. Should work. And then you jump online and you ask, hey guys, what do you think of this? And they go, nah, that's not supposed to have that there. This little crease there. It's not supposed to be there. Okay? It's supposed to be smooth, beautifully polished. And unfortunately that is junk. This one is even worse. Look at that. So they're junk, and it really annoys me. And I'll tell you why it grinds my gears. Because now I have to go and buy a new one of these. These things are about 60 US bucks. If you convert that to Australian dollars, I think it's about $85, $90 Australian. I need to buy 2 of them. 2, maybe 3, 4. No, 4. I've got to check the front hub. If you guys, you know, these guys on the front hub, that means I need to get 4 of them. 4, okay? 4 of these bastards. At, let's say, $90 a pop, times 4. plus postage. It's a lot of money to spend on a part like that. Okay? I get it. You know, restoring vehicles, it's not cheap. But it grinds your gears when you've got the parts and then you just find out that they're shit and I've already paid for those from somebody and I can't use them. Okay? Now, I'm not blaming him. This guy that I bought it from, he's a fantastic guy. He goes out of his way to find the parts. He got as many parts as he could. He threw them all in a bin and he said, look, I've got this. Do you want it? I don't know what the conditions of them like. They're covered in rust. They're covered in mud. Like this. What did I do? I'll show you this other part. Alright. So, this part here. Okay? Don't ask me where the rest of it is, because I have no idea. But this was in a big bucket of parts. Of just miscellaneous stuff. And it looks to me like it's obviously brand spanking new, original. Okay, it's because it's still got this wire thing on it. Okay? It's like factory fitted to this thing. So, you know, and it moves. Great. Okay? But it was absolutely caked in grease and muck and dirt that you couldn't even see this. This was just a solid mass of just gunk. It looked like dog poo, you know? Like a big solid piece of dog poo with a UV joint hanging out the back of it. It took me 2 days of cleaning, scraping, degreasing, the whole kit and caboodle before I could get anywhere near sandblasting it. Okay? And that's pretty cool if you can see that in there. So you can see all the details. Obviously sandblast is not great for this. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear it. There's obviously sand in it. But you know, whoop-de-doo, big deal. When I feel like playing around with it, I'll pull it apart and I'll see if I can clean it out. If I can't clean it out, then, you know, just buy a new UV joint. Cut my losses like everything else. But the point being, I'm getting all these parts and I'm cleaning them all up. And it's not till you clean them all up, you know whether they're good or not. Now, I don't know if I can throw this in with another drive shaft, or whether I have to have the drive shaft that came with it. Who knows? Smarter people than me know that, and I don't know these things. But hey, if it's a useful part, that's great. If it's a non-useful part, well, you know, sucks to be me, really, innit? But it just grinds my gears when you get some of these parts and you realise they're not as great as they were, and you know, you've got to go and source new bits and bobs. You know, like the WC headlight. You look at that. It's, yeah. So we still got this one. Yeah. Sick of bashing that thumb. So we still got this guy. We're still working on mucking around with this. I'm not gonna do anything with it until I get more gas. I ran out of gas. And what I got to do is I obviously got to clean it up. This part here. I'm gonna clean it up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get this piece off and put that piece into here. Muck around with it. Give it a clean out on the inside, obviously with a die grinder. Clean it out on the outside. It's more about just trying to get rid of the thin spots and the holes. And as much as I hate bog body filler, I think I'm probably just going to end up putting body filler on this just to smooth it out and just give it a little bit of extra, grip, and you know, try and fix up bits like this. You know, put a bit of copper backer into it and slam a weld into it, give it a grind out. You know, that sort of thing. You know, you can still see the original crease line, so you can still see that part is still in there. So it's just a matter of just finicky little bits of, you know, cut it, try and get it out. Oh, there's my compressor going off because I've got to. That's my compressor saying, hurry up! Stop talking shit! So, yeah, well, that's things that we've got to get around to. So, you know, we'll get into it. It's shut up. So I've got a lot of stuff done. Like I said, I've got my spring packs there. They're pretty much ready to go. I just got to get bushings for it, get them painted. Thank you. These are another pieces of bits that I did last night. Okay, so I sandblasted the eccentrics and painted them. I just got to fix the back ends of it, as you can see. So that's something I've got to do. Obviously the washers for the felts I've got to do, because the felts like that, they're like petrified cotton wool. You know, so little things like that. So we'll get a list of stuff together, and I'll get things ordered from the US when we get some money, and we'll hook into it. But in the meantime, we're going to do a little bit of science experiment. So here's my Malcor, big box, and you're going to ask what is in the box without the dots. And if I can get it open, I shall show you. Kind of interesting how it's packed. Yep. Done. Huh. Interesting. Lots of packing stuff which can go there. And some more. Okay, so what I've got, some of you guys will figure this out when you see the labels. And you know, there's rusty parts. And I have these too. So, citric acid, sodium bicarbonate. Cool. I don't have to rush with this. I can fix this one up tomorrow. Do what I need to do. This one, if you know, citric acid, my understanding is you can put it in food and it makes your food tangy, like sherbet, orange sherbet. But you also can use it to soak your rusty parts in, and it will basically eat the rust off, and you just power wash it, give it a scrub, power wash it, clean it off. And then you obviously got to neutralize that acid by putting it in a solution of sodium bicarbonate. Reason why I bought these ones from this company, Northern Chemicals. Okay. Now these guys are in Cairns, Australia. If you want the details of what I paid for them, send me a message in the comment section, and I'll let you know. But I was doing the research, and I was googling. I'm looking around, and the only place I could find citric acid was like in a small bag, and it was some crazy price, like $40 or something like that, from some health food shop somewhere. Then the other place I saw was a place called Big W. I think you guys used to have Big W in the States, or maybe you do in the States. So we had it here, and it was like 1 kilo, and it was $35 or something like this. I got this one, which is a 5 kilo, and I got the 5 kilo, and it cost me something around $40. Actually, I'll tell you, because I have the invoice. Dummy. Zip. I'll tell you exactly what I paid for it. I paid citric acid, 5 kilograms, $35.20. I paid $6.60 for 1 kilogram of sodium bicarbonate buffer, and the freight charges were $22 from Cairns to where I am in southeast Queensland, the Gold Coast. So that's all right, pretty decent, considering that 1 kilogram from the local Big W, which has to be ordered online, you can't go and pick it up, you have to order it online, was $35. I got 5 kilos for the exact same price. So yeah, I think I did all right. So that's what we've got to do. So we need to basically put this in the tub, put a bunch of hot water into it, soak those parts for a day or two, take them out, give them a good clean and a scrub and whatnot. They don't fit 100% in the bucket. I don't have a bucket sort of big enough for it, so there's probably only about that much of the top of them that's still sticking out, but that's not a big deal. And that way, hopefully, we can get the rust that's sort of inside there out, if that makes sense. I'm not really sure. I mean, like I said, this is an experiment, okay? There's probably a bunch of guys screaming at their phones right now going, there's a better way to do it. And there probably is a better way to do it. I don't know it. Nor do I have the parts to do it. But, as you can see, that's what they're like on one side. That's what they're like on the other side. As long as I can get this stuff cleaned out, this stuff won't be too much of a deal. I guess I can hit that with a sander and then we'll just spray primer over the top of it. And I think what I'll probably end up doing is in this bit here, because this is where it starts and this is where it ends and it basically runs all the way around. I'll just run obviously as much spray primer as I can, that Metal Shield red oxide. I'll basically try and spray that in the guts bits into here, and then whatever's up into here, what I'll do is I'll try and basically spray it and then just let it run. Or I might use my fish oil up there, which I don't really want to use because you don't really want to be sitting on a seat pan that smells like fish oil, but I mean that's an option. So it's all just a big old experiment right now. I mean the other options really, I mean you got a two-piece, okay? So it starts here, goes around, comes to the top, and then the other piece goes around, goes to the bottom, etc. Now, I may... Oh, Mr. Daddy Longlegs, hello. There's a mate. Yeah, hello mate. You need to move. Mr. Daddy Longlegs. Right, where is he? Yeah, you need to bugger off. See ya. So, I'll probably end up, I don't know, maybe I will take the spotwoods out, take this out, and resoak it again. Who knows? Alright, it's an experiment, and we're trying to find stuff that works. I'm trying to get away from using wide wheels. So, without further ado, I'm going to dump some of that in there. I'm going to put some hot water in it. I won't do it on camera, because you're already bored enough as it is. Me waffling on for 20 or something minutes. What I'll do is I'll let it sit there, and come Saturday, which is the big day that I'm going to try and get my arse in the gear and get that Jeep frame painted and get those other bits painted with whatever small amount of paint I've got left in that tub. We'll take them out, we'll power wash it because I've got to power wash some of these Jeep parts anyway. And I'll power wash some blinds inside the house and things like that. So we're going to be out there power washing. Hopefully it's a nice, beautiful sunny day because at the moment it's bitterly cold. We had -1 this morning at my house. Yeah, that sucks when you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work to do that. So I'll do that and we'll see how it goes. And if it works, it works. And if it don't, well, then you know better. All right. So anyway, guys, like I said, it was just a quickie one. Not really quickie, me talking shit, but anyway, it's a quickie one. I'll let you know how it goes on Saturday, and we'll film it, and you guys can make up your mind whether you want to use citric acid. And if you are interested in buying it, you're in Australia, this is where I got it from. Northern Chemicals, based in Cairns. Okay, 157 Hartley Street, Portsmouth, Queensland. Their phone number is 07 4035 4622. That is Northern Chemicals. That's where I got it from. They got a whole bunch of stuff and they got good prices. So I'm happy with them. Hopefully this stuff works. Alright guys, have a great day. Like, share, subscribe, all that junk. And yeah, see you in a couple of days. Ciao.